Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mix It Up podcast. I am Mike. That is Nick. Nick's back. Welcome back, Nick.
Whatever, man.
So, I don't know. Like, I didn't really research any topics for the podcast, but obviously we got to talk about the war, what's going on, that kind of shit. But
Yeah, Nickelberry Finn. No, yeah, you're right. We do have to talk about my birthday, my 40th birthday party that passed 2 weeks ago. Yeah, right. We do have to talk about. Oh, yeah. That's not what you said.
no, I didn't say that because I was like, that's in the past. It's already over with.
Yeah, that's right. We have to talk about my birthday party that you didn't come to. That's right.
Yeah, tell me about it. How was it go? Like, how many people got lit on fire?
A couple people got lit. So here's how it goes.
Yeah,
Let's
right.
pretend like we left off right where we started. So I turned 40, like
Congrats.
28th, and
Can't wait to get there myself.
my real friends came upstate, and you know,
Nice.
my family's selling the house,
That's a
and we burned everything in there. So it was one last hurrah, and we burned everything. The fucking flames were like 20 feet in the sky. We burned couches, we burned speakers, we burned fucking chairs, we burned everything that we can get our hands on. It was fucking awesome. And we jumped across the fire. Some people fell into it.
I've seen that.
Um, but it was great. It was it was nice. It was a party. It was peaceful at the same time. And we let it go. We let the house go. The house was there for many years, but now it's moved on. And
Why'd you burn a lot of this stuff? Like, can you take it with you? You didn't want some of the stuff, like the chairs and the
no, we
no.
couldn't. There's so much stuff in it. There was so much stuff. Who needs shitty leather couches with mold on them?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you got to get rid of it.
Huh? Who needs it?
The
Did
the,
you
the,
need,
new,
did you need
the,
building couches?
the new owners wouldn't want that shit.
No,
I'm sure. But
no.
I have a question. Like, when you're lighting all that shit on fire, ain't it like bad to breathe in some of that stuff?
Well, I have a question for you first, Mike, because then after the next day I went to X2O with my family, and then some of my real friends showed up to Yonkers Brewery to celebrate my birthday the next day. That time, also on that. Why were you not there?
I didn't get no text.
You didn't get a text message. You didn't get a text message.
Not. I must have been not in that group text.
You think so?
Pretty positive.
I specifically asked my brother if he
It was
texted.
Saturday. Like, it was Saturday, right? The day after.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. I wasn't gonna make that.
yeah, you weren't gonna make that, right? Why not?
Definitely not.
Now that you're on the air, Mike, and you're on the
Yeah.
spot, why not?
Like, I'm on spot. Honestly, I just didn't feel like leaving my house. I mean,
Very nice of
that's,
you.
that's really it. I was like, yeah, like, what time did they get into the brew? Like, probably like 8, but they were, I think you were saying in the text like maybe around 8, but who knows? So I was like, I ain't gonna go there.
Well, special
But
shout out
how
to
was that?
people that did make it out. John Rubo, Joe Rubo, his wife
They
Megan,
worked there.
John's wife Dawn. She doesn't work there. Megan doesn't work there. Jeff Michalak doesn't work there. Nick DeFado doesn't work there. His girlfriend Michelle doesn't work there.
They came. I would have went at that if I knew they were coming. I just didn't know who was going, so I was like, nah, we just stay home.
Oh shit! Malarzik was there. Eugene.
Yeah, all right. Those motherfuckers don't even answer group text. They give radio silence. You know,
So, anyways, that was that. I got a sweet guitar and a sweet watch from my family. Pretty gnarly stuff. Um, but anyways, that was my birthday. Then fast forward to last weekend, and we went out to Jake's for the podcast dinner, and all the people that were invited on the podcast in the past, a lot of them were invited to this, and only one showed up.
yep, the crazy man.
The crazy man. And you know what? That's all we need. We don't need any of you motherfuckers. We don't need anybody else that came on the show to show up to our
No,
podcast.
no, well, like, fuck the other guys. Fuck the Jules of the world. Fuck the Blarsics of the world. They don't even answer. At least they respond in the group text, but they just don't respond to the question. Are you
Right.
coming? Instead, it's just like, hey, you stupid fat bastard, what are you wearing? Like, you know what I mean? It's like shit like that. It doesn't even make any sense.
Do you think you're going to hurt our feelings if you tell us that you're not coming to the podcast dinner? Do you think that's going to hurt our feelings? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know we had a conversation one time where it's radio silence, and I was part of the radio silence too. And Crazy Chris I think what he sends all that crazy shit and then it's
Yo, the
radio
videos.
silent, right?
Yeah, it's radio.
Oh no,
Silence.
no, I think he was inviting us places and nobody ever answered. Like for the Jeep
Oh
invasion,
yeah,
nobody
always.
answered.
Yeah, always. You guys ignore that. Yeah, you always ignore the Jeep thing. It's a fucking great time every year.
Yeah, so I said now that I will answer and I won't ignore anymore. I may still ignore because I don't read the text messages when Malarzik's in the group chat
Because it's 50 of them.
because it's 50 of them and it doesn't make any fucking sense. So I don't read that chat. But if it's like me, you, and Crazy, I'll read it. And Jules, even if
Yeah,
Jules
yeah.
isn't, I'll read that chat.
Well, you
Or
should like you should
Eugene too.
you should tell us like, hey, give us the cliff notes and the highlights of the group text, and I'll tell you the highlights.
Yeah.
And basically, it'd be like just me and Crazy Chris. Because of Blarsic, it'll be just like recap of old stories you heard from 1999.
Right now we're just ripping into everybody who didn't respond back to us and missed one of the best steaks
Stakes.
we've ever had in our lives. What the fuck are you guys doing that you can't come out and have a fucking steak dinner with your friends? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
It was, dude, it was a great steak at Jake's Steakhouse in Riverdale. Like, yeah, just fucking come out, man. The steak was amazing.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. At a great price, reasonable price. The ambiance was fucking nice in there. It was like dimly lit where you couldn't see the ugly people. So it was fucking fantastic.
Yep. Crazy Chris had to put his flashlight on so he could see the menu and the people behind him. He didn't realize were getting pissed because his fucking flashlight was so goddamn bright.
Yeah,
It
it was,
staring at him.
dude. It was like, you know what it was? It's like, you know, when you see a boat from like fucking 100 miles away in the ocean, you see that light coming at you. Picture that like within like right behind you. You know what I mean? It's like a goddamn fucking spotlight.
I was waiting for one of them to say something to him, and I was gonna spit at them like this.
It was in my eyes. I was like, Jesus, put that away. I'm like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
He pulled out a fucking, you know, one of those fucking flashlights you get like at 3, you order at 3 o'clock in the morning that like fucking like fucking army sergeants fucking uses and shit. Yeah. Like Tackleberry fucking pulls out and shit.
Right.
It's like, Jesus Christ. The whole fucking place, like, what the fuck? Turn the lights off.
He's got a fucking. He turned his spotlight on it from his Jeep.
And then he pulled out the binoculars to fucking like to see the fucking menu from like right there. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, just get the steak, bro.
Yeah. That was the best. That was one of the best meals I ever had in my life. Honestly, it was so good.
It was fucking good. The T-bone steak you had,
Yeah.
that shit was fucking good. You gave me a piece of that. The ribeye was fucking good. All the sides were good. We should have just ordered like 10 more fucking sides.
Yeah.
I would have went to fucking town on that shit. Was fucking absolutely good. So I definitely highly recommend if you're in the Bronx, go down to Jake's Steakhouse in Riverdale section. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Right by Horace Mann.
Yeah, that was the shit. But back to something else here.
Tell me.
Back to motherfuckers not showing up. Listen, I don't give a fuck if you got kids, a wife, no kids, no wife. What the fuck are you doing that you can't come out to fucking dinner?
It's tough. Listen, I understand like you don't can't or you don't want to come to like a Jeep invasion in Wildwood because you gotta plan it. I get that, right? It's a whole big thing. You gotta rearrange whatever fucking plans you got going on. But listen, it's a couple hours. It's not that big of a deal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I
But
can see like Jake's is expensive. That makes sense, right?
it wasn't
Like,
that bad.
too much money. Next time you guys go somewhere else, I'll go. You guys are going to fucking the diner, I'll go. But nobody's gonna come to the diner with us if we went to the fucking diner.
If
You
we
know?
go, maybe we should go take the trip to that Mount Kisco diner. That's a fucking good. That's a good spot to get fucking diner food. If you want to get fucking diner food, go to Mount Kisco diner.
I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. I like to hang out with my friends. I love my friends.
You know
I
what it
like-
is? We're reaching the day and age of like laziness. You know, with the
Yeah.
cell phones and shit, and people just like listen. I'm guilty of it too. You just like become like like I don't really feel like fucking doing anything. I just want to fucking stay home. And then it could be like the depression side of it. You know what I mean? Like maybe people are like, I'm not saying my friends are depressed. Malarsic, but like some people just like want to be like, I don't feel like it. I'm not gonna do anything. I stopped drinking, or it's a different like million different excuses and shit. But I get it, man. Once you're home and you don't feel like leaving your house,
Yeah.
dude, it's like sometimes you just get stuck. Yeah, I gotta admit, sometimes you get stuck. That's why before dinner, like you drove to the dinner, so I was like, let me get a fucking little riled up, like a little bit early because I know myself. Then I'll get like, oh, I don't feel like fucking moving. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And you get unmotivated. So listen, I'm guilty of that shit too, bro.
You know what though? No, fuck that.
I
I
know,
want
man. I know.
you got to look at yourself in the fucking mirror and say
Man up.
what's important to me. Are my friends important to me? Do I love them, or do I love to sit on the couch and finger my butthole
Ooh.
while I watch fucking reruns of Friends?
See, you're
Or
making it sound so good. You're making it sound so good. Why wouldn't you want to do that?
because I was waiting for that fucking steak all week. I was like, oh, I can't wait to go. I can't wait to hang out with my friends. I haven't seen Crazy in fucking in a long time, right? I was looking forward to seeing him. I always like hanging out with you, Mike Trainer, Michael F. Trainer. We hang out. You're probably one of the friends that I hang out with the most nowadays. Like,
Sad. That's sad. I'm sorry.
what the fuck are these guys? What are these boneheads doing, man?
I
It's
don't know.
fucking piss. It's pissing me off. What do these people do?
I don't know. We have to ask that. We got to take a survey or something. I don't know. How can we motivate people to hang out with us? I think like it was way easier to hang out back in the day. When
Yeah,
you're like 18, 19, 20, early 20s, yo, it's
yeah,
Friday night. What are we doing? That
right.
was the thing. Like, listen, I'll be here. Like, let's all fucking meet up. It was crazy. You know what I mean? It was fucking banging back in the day. But like, yo, listen, this is what it is. 20s, let's fucking go. Whatever. I'm down for anything. Whatever you're doing, I'm doing. 30s, you're like, uh, I don't know. Where you going? All right, I'll
Yeah,
meet you there. I'll drive myself. This way I can duck out early, get
right.
out of there, go home. 40s, now that you're in the 40 club, you're like, eh. You just don't want to do
I
shit.
know. No excuses, man. Listen,
No, I'm
God,
I'm telling you excuses. I'm just giving the reasons.
I got radio silenced by people that I would never have thought would radio silence me for going upstate. I said, yo, we're going upstate Friday. It's the last fucking shebang ever. I
Yep.
got people on that chat that had gone upstate countless fucking times back in the day and had great fucking times up there.
Yes.
Radio fucking silenced. Radio silenced. Okay. You can't break away from from the wife and kids for one fucking night to spend your friend's 40th birthday party upstate. You can't fucking do that. And then the next day to go out for a fucking hour or two and hang out and have a fucking drink. Listen, you can't fucking do that. You can't break away for a fucking hour. I'm pissed. I gotta be honest with you. I'm fucking pissed. I'm not like I'm just more like blown away of the fact that you can't fucking break away for an hour or two.
Welcome to like people getting older. I'm
No,
sorry, but don't do. I'm Nick. I'm telling you that that's the reason. If you have like the family, the wife and kids, a dude sometimes can't leave the wife and kids because you'll hear so much shit by even wanting to leave the house for a couple minutes. I'm telling you, I know some people that are like that. They can't leave.
not the fuck up.
I mean, you would think so. Like, hey, like, don't you need a break from me? Like, don't you want me to get the fuck out of the house for an hour or two? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stay home with the kids. But
No, no.
some people can't. Some people are not like that.
I know who would have been upstate with me. My boy Bob would have been upstate with me, even though he was upstate with me up there. He was upstate with us partying for the last time up there.
Yep, yep.
He would have put the foot down. He would put the foot down. But you know what though? Some people don't have to put the foot down, right? Some people just their wives just go, yeah, of course, come on, come on.
That's
You
that's
know,
a nice wife. That's a nice wife. That's a trusting wife.
a trusting wife. What the fuck do they think is going to go on upstate that they need to trust?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they're worried they're gonna get light on fire. I don't know. Yeah, you're right though. Like, what's gonna happen? Up fucking state. You know.
I hope everybody had a nice, cozy fucking night on Saturday night when we were having our steaks. I hope everybody fucking had a nice a night that they remember for the rest of their fucking lives. It was such a great night that I sat home and fingered my own butthole and fucking watched reruns of Friends. I really hope that this is you when you're on your fucking deathbeds, you're like, oh, remember that Saturday night when I did fucking nothing? Oh yeah, I hope
You
you guys
sound bitter. You sound bitter. You know what? You know what would make it a lot better if people showed up to your bands. You know,
yeah.
I think I'm gonna send out a group text and I'm like, hey guys, do you want to go see Nick's fucking band play in a month? Very close to my house. So hey, I mean, I
Yeah.
got no reason not to go. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy's going.
So
Crazy's going. He's rounding up some people. Crazy lives in Connecticut, guys. He doesn't live in New York. He doesn't live in Westchester. He lives in fucking Connecticut,
ow, yeah, it's like 2 hours away, bro.
like 8 hours away, and he's
It's
coming.
crazy. Yeah. He like there's tolls and shit. Like you gotta pay to come down this way. It's fucking crazy.
But you know what? I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let bygones be bygones. Anyways,
Serenity now. Just let it go.
right?
Let it go. Let it go. What's that song? Let it go. Let it
Yeah.
go. Let it snow.
Listen, I let it go. I didn't even bring it up. I didn't even say this to anybody. I'm just saying it now because this is our fucking podcast, and there's people listening.
Of course.
There's fucking people listening out there. You know who you are. You're the only people that listen to this podcast.
At all. You all 50 motherfuckers that you watch this podcast every week. God bless you. I don't know why you watch us. Why you like looking at us?
Right. Jesus Christ.
Well, all right, Nick. You gotta chill.
All
Relax.
right, let's chill. But no, we're done with that. But
Yeah.
we got to talk about the after party and how we were gonna have
Yes.
a
Yeah.
Bud Ice sleepover, and it's a good thing that we did.
Thank God that never happened because I drank a bottle of wine. Then we went to the fucking bar afterwards, drank two fucking beers, watching a cool band, you know, playing the 90s fucking music, which is fucking pretty dope.
Yeah.
I was done after that. I fucking went home, dude. I passed out, woke up next day hungover. But then me and you were like, crazy, let's have a fucking Bud Ice party. We'll get 25-ounce cans of Bud Ice. We'll get like 10 of them. And we'll go back to my house. We'll fucking drink all night. If that happened, I would have been dead. I would have still, there's no way I would have even got up for this fucking podcast. I can't drink like that fucking anymore. No way. Wine and then beer, I would have been done.
Dude, I had two pumpkin beers, and the next morning I felt a little bit like, oh my God, such a wiener. Like it's so weird how I can drink sometimes and be okay, and then sometimes I can't be okay. Just from two beers, you know?
Yeah, it's different, man. It hits you different.
Yeah. But those are craft beers. Like, I feel like I could drink more Jack and Cokes. Like, I could drink Jack and Cokes all night long and then like be okay. Like when I was upstate, oh no, I was a little hungover the next day. I was drinking a lot. I was drinking twisted teas
Yeah, yeah.
and then beers and then no, really mainly twisted teas and then shots. And then like late in the night, I had a couple of Jack and Cokes to keep the party going.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But I wasn't super hungover the next day. I was hungover, and then when I went out to dinner with my family the next day at nighttime, I was at the table like, oh God. It hit me at like 6 o'clock at night. I was like, I need to go to sleep right now. I felt like I was gonna pass out. And then I had a Negroni and I felt better.
Okay, there you go. Like I'm more like if I'm going out to like party like that, it's mostly at weddings where I'm drinking like Long Island iced teas.
Yeah.
Then I'm just like I'm all about it, and I wake up the next day, I'm like I'm all right, But it's definitely weird. But if I'm drinking like beers, like fucking like overboard, if I'm overserved,
Yeah.
like I'm talking like 15 to 20 beers in a day. If I'm out fucking partying or somewhere, like I'm away,
Yeah.
that's when I'll definitely feel like sometimes in Atlantic City when we're fucking get down there, we're in the room, get to the room by like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but I just start drinking like an animal because
Yeah.
I'm so excited to be there. So
Right.
I'm drinking in the room and then I'm drinking all day, all night,
Yeah.
just into the fucking wee hours of the morning until, probably like, I mean, I gotta admit, the last couple times in Atlantic City, I've been down there where I'm back to room by like midnight and I'm fucking out because I've been drinking for fucking 10 hours. But yeah, the beers will fucking get me for sure.
We don't do edibles anymore. What's up with that? We used to do edibles in Atlantic City, and like we'd crush like half the amount of alcohol that we crushed, and then you pop an edible, and then you don't have a hangover the next day because you're fucked up off
Yeah,
the weed.
right. That's next time.
Yeah,
Definitely
we don't have edibles anymore.
I don't have edibles, just the syrup.
I haven't hit the syrup. My syrup's all gone. It fucking like for some reason that bottle spills all the time. I put it in like I put it in a plastic bag and it just you turn it upside down a little bit, it fucking spills all over the place. But remember we used to pop edibles like it was nobody's business, like every night, like oh yeah, I took a half an edible, fucking.
I used to have like the chocolate, the fucking gummies the gummies are the best. Get the fucking nice milligram gummies and you fucking throw them down. The Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah.
Oh, terrific. Those were the days.
I would say like we should go to AC and just pop Eddies, but like if you pop too many edibles, you're fucking passing the fuck out.
They're gonna ask me like, "You hitting?" I'm like, "What?" Remember? Oh yeah, remember when we were driving? You were driving your new car, the Kia, and you
Yeah.
were driving. You were circling around to try to find a parking spot at Jake's, and I was like, I was in the back seat. Crazy Chris is in the front, and then you're just pulling in like a Burger King or some shit in the fucking. And then all of a sudden, a guy's just like walking right in front of your car, and I'm like, hit him. and then I'm like, I just assumed you'd seen him, but I was like, this motherfucker ain't stopping. And then you're like, oh shit. Like I thought you're gonna fucking nail that sucker. Then I'm like looking at crazy. I'm like, crazy. But then I realized he can't even see a menu, so he probably didn't even see the fucking guy. And the guy kind of turned around, looked at you, was like, "Is this Kia? Is this brand new Kia gonna fucking kill me?" And then he had his headphones on, just kept fucking walking, man. I was like, all right. If you hit him, we would have had to fucking like beat him up and throw him in the woods or something. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Can't have that on your record.
I couldn't see him for shit.
That's what happens when you hit 40.
Yeah. But you know what? We forgive you guys. All you guys out there who hurt our feelings over the past couple of weeks, we forgive you.
I don't.
We'll give you another we'll give you another option one. We'll give you another chance. We'll give you another chance one day. We'll go to a little less expensive place, right? So, you know, we can't be like, oh yeah. I mean, we spent $135 each. That's understandable if you don't want to spend that kind of money.
Yeah, I get that.
We're gonna start doing this every 3 months or so.
I thought you said every 3 weeks.
Every 3 weeks or so. But so you're gonna get a text message. At the very least, we expect I can't make it. You know, got this sushi dinner planned with my wife and the kids or something like that. I wanted a fucking excuse too. I want a reason. I don't want to hear I can't make it.
Even if it's bad, like even if it's like, yo, if trainer's coming, like I'm not gonna go. Like,
exactly.
I'll gladly accept that. At least it's not nothing's worse than radio silence.
Right.
It just means you're just like you're annoying me with these group texts. You're like, why am I even included in this group text?
Right.
That's how I feel if you don't respond to it.
That's why when I yelled at you and Malarzik the other day, because all you guys do is yell at each other about football, it's just back and forth nonsense. I was just like, this is the most useless group chat I've ever been in my life. All it is trainer, you're gonna suck Saquon Barkley's dick, and then he puts a fucking emoji of a fucking eggplant, and then you go, shut up, Malarzik. And it's like, Jesus Christ, guys. Like, I mean, do you guys love each other as friends, for crying out loud, or do you even like each other, or it's just like, or are you just there to amuse each other and just rag on each other? What is it?
I don't know. I put up with him because he's more like he has like the brain of like a grade schooler. You know what I mean? Or he's just like lost in the 90s. He just never got out of the 90s because his stories just never change. It's always the same thing. So it's like I've heard everything you have. Like if he don't start going out more and getting new material, like I mean, I don't know what to tell him. I'm like, you're done. You're done, bro. Get out there.
You're done. I don't think he listens to you when you talk. That's the thing.
He doesn't.
I think he's always looking above you and waiting for you to stop for your 1 second that you actually said something, and then just keep going.
You don't fucking listen to anything I fucking say ever. I don't think he listens to anybody. He's just too busy fucking talking.
He doesn't even listen to us on the podcast. He waits for the silence and then goes talks, and then he doesn't even listen to us. He just pretends he's talking with us or something like that. Hike, are you listening to us right now?
Yeah, he could be on the podcast. He just doesn't respond to any questions or anything we ask him.
He's gonna text
Great
message us.
chat.
Why are you guys so mean to me on the podcast this week?
I'm like, Nick came better. I
And
mean,
then
the fucking bitterness.
he's gonna go like, this is exact words. I expected this out of trainer, but not you, Nick. You're such a good boy.
Yeah, he does. He's always got to fucking put me down, even
Yeah,
if he's throwing you a compliment, a backhanded compliment. He's
right.
got to fucking throw me in there too.
My favorite was when I started gambling and like he would always blame you.
Yeah,
Trainer, you're such a piece of shit. Nick was such a good boy. He was such a good Catholic. He was a fucking altar boy, and you ruined him.
yeah, right. I'm like, well, who do you think ruined me, Millars? Like, I was a great person until I started hanging up the block, and then I fucking met all the craziest people on the fucking planet, hanging out that bar, and then it was just fucking craziness.
Yeah.
But I still like a lot of the guys. Not all 60 of them that hung out, probably like 10 to 12 that I still talk with to this day. But anyway, we got to take a quick commercial break and then we got to get into at least some topics on this podcast because that's what people are tuning in for.
Yeah.
Not to hear your angerness towards our friends. So we'll be right back on the Mix It Up podcast.
Do it when it crushes.
All right, we're back on the Mix Up podcast. Do it when it crush it.
Right.
Topics time. Nick, we got to talk about the war, man, going on in fucking Israel. And
Do we?
Gaza. Yeah, we kind of do because I have
Do
to.
we?
Yes, I do.
Do we, Mike?
We have to. We have
Mike,
to.
do we?
No, we do.
Do we have to?
Yeah, we do right now.
Mike,
I got one thing. Just
Mike,
one.
do we
thing.
have to?
Yes.
Do we?
One thing, Nick. Just
Do
one.
we have to
fucking
talk
thing.
about it?
I'm about to fucking mute you. Just one fucking thing. All right. Because it's bullshit. You know what's going on? I gotta ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you this question. I want you to just give me why do you think this is happening? All right, so you know Hamas, the terrorists, they went in there, they kidnapped like some women and children in Gaza, whatever, right? Now in New York City, people are putting up pictures of the children that got taken hostage and they're putting it on telephone poles in New York City, right? Why are they doing that when the war and the kidnappings took place 6,000 miles away? Why do you think?
Are the and juice.
I have no idea.
You have no idea, right? That's the question I've been asking on social media. Like, why are you putting up pictures? And then the other people, like a lot of Palestinian people that support Palestine, are ripping these signs down. And then like a couple people had like good jobs and like somewhere, and they got cancel culture where they got fired from their jobs from ripping down these pictures because like I think what they're thinking is that it's propaganda. You know what I mean? I just don't understand the reasoning of why you're putting up these pictures from 6,000 miles away. You think they built a tunnel underneath fucking like Gaza or Israel and they fucking snuck them to New York City? Like it doesn't make any fucking logical sense to me. I don't get it. And it's all over social media. I see it on my feed 24/7 of people just ripping down these signs. And I mean, of course, they're calling them anti-Semitites or whatever, some idiots. So they're calling them anti-Semitites. So it's just crazy, man. All these anti-Semitites around this. That's the whole fucking thing. Like if you're against Israel because they're killing fucking poor innocent women and children and fucking in Palestine, you know, you're anti-Semitic, you know? It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're trying to say like trying to bring awareness to it.
I think it's more to that, man. I don't know if it's awareness. I think it's just more propaganda bullshit. I think it's to stir up the pot, man. That's what I think it is. It's just you know what I mean? And then you see different like media outlets, they're like so pro-Israel. And you know, of course, they have to say that if you look at who owns the fucking places, who really runs the world. You know what I mean? I mean, I could go into like the rabbit hole with that. Maybe I'll save that for another podcast. But I mean, it just rings true. You know what I mean? It's just like you have this war going on, and there's innocent women and children getting killed, and I'm seeing it on my social media feed from both sides, not just one side. And it's just like it's pure evil. And I don't know how people could just side with any of that shit, to be honest with you. After the pictures and videos I've seen, and it's brutal to like I think I mentioned on the podcast weeks ago that to see a war, to see it pretty much live streamed almost on social media just hits different because of course all wars had like women, children dying or whatever in the past, but you never seen it up close like this, and it's really like it's very, very disturbing. And I don't know, it's just anybody that's just picking a side, I just think it's fucking stupid. You know what I mean? And I just don't. I hate the politic game of these companies like or certain shows that are owned by like I'll say it a Jewish person with their religion, and no matter what they got to support them, and they're gaslighting the poor Palestinian people as like Hamas. I just think of it as this: it's like, say the United States had a bunch of terrorists in Kansas City, like 100 terrorists, right? And they kill a bunch of Americans, right? And then America decides to just go into Missouri and just blow the entire state up. Does that make sense to anybody? It doesn't make sense to me. And that's why people are putting like genocide on social media, saying like Israel's just fucking destroying and just destroying everything like in Palestine, and they're just gonna fucking take it over. It doesn't sit right with me, and it just goes to show like who really runs this world. I mean, and who got the money. I mean, that's basically what it is. It's that religion, and that religion to me is just sorry, but your religion is fucking trash if you're backing that kind of shit.
Yeah, I mean,
That's all I gotta say about that, bro. I know it's deep. I get it, but it's just
I
wrong.
just,
It's just wrong. I'm sick of how the world is.
I don't even pay attention to it anymore, man. I'm off fucking Facebook. I'm on Instagram because I signed into it. I deactivated it and now I'm back on it because fucking I signed on and they're like telling me, oh yeah, you can't deactivate it again for another 6 days. So I'm like stuck on it. I go on it once in a while, but like I don't follow it at all. And I mean, there's nothing I can personally do about it. You know what I mean? So I don't really tend to get into or follow or just I don't get into stuff like that just because, like I said, there's nothing I can do about it.
9 games.
And it just pisses you off. They feed you what they want to feed you to piss you off, and depending on what side of the fucking news you're watching, you're gonna take one side, but you shouldn't, like you said, you shouldn't be taking sides. Everybody should be like, the side you should be taking is stop this stuff, guys. Stop. I mean, Jesus Christ, there's going to be so many people that have died, and now their lives are destroyed now, destroyed over this. Innocent fucking people, and no matter what everybody thinks, like people that get stirred up over here, oh yeah, they're all fucking, pro Israel, pro Palestine or whatever. 2 months from now, when it's over, they're gonna forget it, and they're not gonna be pro fucking anything other than sitting on their ass, finger in their buttholes, watching fucking reruns of fucking Seinfeld and fucking whatever the fuck there is. They're all fucking just tools, man. They're all fucking tools. They'll listen to whatever you fucking tell them on the news. Nobody knows who the fucking real culprit is here, and it doesn't even fucking matter, man. At one point or another, there was a bully, and that bully kept pushing. And we don't know who the fuck it was.
Right.
But it doesn't matter anymore who the fuck it was. It doesn't matter whose land it is or who believes it's theirs. It's nobody's fucking land, guys. Share it, for crying out loud. It's not fucking killing each other over it. Fucking stop.
Yeah.
Like,
Land,
come on, man.
land and greed.
The problem is that the people in power are fucking children all over the fucking planet, man. They're fucking children. Our president's a fucking child. The president before that was a fucking child. The president before that's a fucking child. The president before that's a child. We haven't had a real president fucking since who knows? Who the fuck knows? Not since we've been fucking alive, really. You know what I mean? They're fucking spineless and they're just fucking pussies. And like, I don't know, man. They're just fucking these people in power. They're just fucking power hungry. They have no fucking self-control. Like, think about Putin for fucking crying out loud, right? Like, he's just fucking. He can kill anybody at the drop of a fucking dime, bro. Right?
Yeah. But I mean, Nick, I'm starting to think all these political people in power, I think it's just like, I think they're just puppets, to be honest with you. I think they're just puppets to the higher power, like what's going on, the people that really own the fucking world, the
Right.
people that really own us. I mean, I'm gonna get into that in a second. I'm gonna play you something from a comedian, George Carlin. George Carlin, I've been listening to a lot recently. George Carlin, comedian from back in the day. He pretty much like just said it how it is and predicted like a lot of this shit, if you think about it. But one more before I get to that, they were saying like the FBI came out with something, and some people were saying like how Hamas terrorists are all around in the United States, and they had certain places to be aware of. California, he said all of New York, you got to be aware of terrorist attacks going to happen, soon because of Hamas. To me, that's more propaganda. That's more people spreading that kind of information that I just find bogus. So I'm like, why would fucking Hamas, a terrorist group that are so concerned over there, why would they come to America to try to, hurt us? It doesn't make any fucking sense. So could be an inside job. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, that was out there and like in the news, like fairly recently.
Mike, what do you mean? Why wouldn't they do that? What do you mean? Why wouldn't they do that? Of course they would. They hate us. We're fucking pro-Israel and we're their fucking enemy. I mean, why did they fucking bomb the World Trade Center? To give us a fucking piece of what they've been feeling for fucking how many fucking years? Because all we got to do is fucking push a button and blow up a fucking little town in their fucking city, a little town in their country.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. They wouldn't be mad at that.
Right.
You're right. You're right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. If somebody fucking like, blew up my fucking, neighborhood, I'd be fucking wanting blood. I would want blood.
Dude. Yeah. Like, think about if, say somebody bombs, like, somewhere in Missouri or something like that, where all those fucking the good old boys are out there or something, wherever the fuck they are. And I don't mean that in the way like, the racist good old boys. I mean those fucking those dudes that are riding horses, fucking like cowboy motherfuckers, right?
Old school.
I don't even know if Missouri has cowboys.
But like, I don't think they do.
Dude, you fuck around with those guys, they're gonna form a militia. They're gonna go fucking like Afghanistan and they're gonna wipe people out. You know what I mean? They're not gonna fucking care. It's the same fucking thing, man. Like you know what I mean? We as Americans, we're lucky that the only fucking attack that we've ever had when we were born was the World Trade Center. But these countries get attacked all the fucking time, man.
Hey, listen, when 9/11 happened, the first thing we thought of was like, let's go get them. Let's go to fucking Afghanistan and blow that fucking place to shreds. That's what I thought.
Blow up the whole entire Middle East was what everybody said.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't even have cared. You wouldn't even care.
I wouldn't have gave a shit. You're right. I wouldn't have gave a shit because that's how humans react. It's a reaction. Right. They snap. But then you don't take a step back and be like, hey, why'd they decide to fly planes into the buildings anyway? Like, what make them want to hate us that bad? Right. America, we just say, oh, they're terrorists. But what we do to breed that? What happened to breed those kind of people? It's the same thing. If you go like on a personal level, like I was reading some story when I seen it on my social media came up. I don't know if you heard of this woman, but in 1981, Marianne Batchmeyer, right? She had a daughter, 7 years old. This man fucking raped her and killed the daughter. Raped the daughter and killed the daughter, right? 7 years old. They caught him. He was in the courtroom. Marianne, the mother, went to the courtroom, pulled out a gun, shot that motherfucker 10 times, right? I seen the video on fucking social media. Fantastic. That's the kind of shit that I think people would be like, oh, I totally understand that. That should be like, okay. That should be the ones like, hey, I get that. That's vengeance. That's fine. But all this other shit like land, greed, power, you're killing each other for who? That's the question. That you're not they're not really saying like there's no motive behind it. I get the motive of what that woman did because of her daughter and what happened to her. I get that. I would do the same thing. I'd fucking shoot that motherfucker too. But like, why are they, like going back and forth? Did Hamas terrorists, did they get bred because Israel fucking killed some of their family members first? And then we're like, oh, like fuck them. We gotta fucking kill them. And then they just kill people. It's eventually that back and forth shit. I mean, I don't care who started, but it's got to end like sooner or later. Like it's just like it's reached the point of just like you just hate them for just the hate. I guess I don't know. I don't understand the whole thing. It's just wrong. It's just fucking wrong. It's really fucked up that we live in this kind of fucking world.
Power, when you're in power, a good way to fucking get followers is to breed fucking like anger and fucking hate, and usually like it's towards the younger groups, right? Because they have a lot of rage in them, and you can instill it. You can get it going like quick.
Age.
Like from American History X, like the fucking movie. They go around, they find the angry kid and they say, join us, you know what I mean? And fucking got a brotherhood here. And like, they pinpoint, they pick out the weak to say like, you'll be strong with us. So it's the same fucking thing, I'd imagine, like
sheep. They find the sheep, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, but it's the same thing here though, man. It's like, I was listening to, I think it's Toxicity by fucking System of the Down, and like those dudes had the balls to stand up against their tyrannical fucking terrorist fucking governing. I think they're Afghans, right?
Yeah.
And like all their songs, a lot of them are about like how disturbing their fucking religion is and how the country is, how they just kill people and all this shit. But one of the songs goes, "Why don't the presidents fight the war? Why do they always send the poor?" Right?
Yeah, right.
It's the truth. Look around, like not to get fucking pull race in and shit like that, but like when the military, like whenever they have commercials, it's always like a black guy that they're like, you could become something in the military. It's like saying like they pinpoint the poor black people and Spanish people. Not saying that they're the only poor, but like they're showing you like, oh, you could be something. You can get yourself out of your shitty situation by joining the military.
Yeah, right.
And then the next thing, you were just a kid on the street somewhere, and now you're in another country blowing somebody the fuck away, killing people. And then you're supposed to come back here and be a normal fucking person, and your government forgets about you, man. What do they give you? What do they fucking give you? They don't give a fuck about you. And it's the difficult part is when you talk to somebody in the military, it's very difficult to say that to them because it's like, they're sacrificing everything. They've seen their friends, people they care about get killed to protect our freedoms,
It's sacrificing their mind.
Oh, they're sacrificing everything. And, you got to give your hats off to them, but like, you want to almost tell them like, don't fucking do it, man. Don't fucking do it. They're just fucking brainwashing you. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a fucked up thing. Like, we want you. Then they go after the fucking 18-year-olds who don't even have fully developed fucking brain. They're not fucking fully developed yet. You have like your frontal lobe is like wild. All you want to do is fucking go out and bang chicks and fight people.
They have no medulla oblongatas.
Medulla oblongatas.
That shit ain't fucking there.
Wait till they're fucking 35 and see if you could recruit them. No, because they have fucking a little bit of more brain in them and say, no, why are we fighting anyway?
Yeah, exactly. At that time, they were just concerned about like, oh, I could get out of this area. I could get money. I could get paid a little bit to fucking do this. I can have my education paid for. That's what they're looking at. They're looking at the benefits. They're not realizing like, oh, I might have to fucking blow up a fucking person. another
Dude.
person. I have to kill somebody in the world. That's a heavy fucking shit to take, man. No
Imagine
doubt.
these people. Imagine coming back from war. What if you killed like 20 fucking people? You had 20 people killed under your belt, right? Maybe some, even if they were all fucking soldiers, right? That's still got to be fucking difficult to fucking deal with, man. It's got to be fucking difficult. And like you're putting this power in these young kids' fucking hands, and like it's a terrible, terrible fucking thing to do, man. It's terrible, and it's just a part of life, you know.
I tell you, I wouldn't if I had like friends that were gonna do that. I'm like, listen, God bless you, but I wouldn't want you to fucking go and do that. It's
I mean,
just
did you
crazy.
did you think about it when you were younger? Did that
I
pass through
did.
you? Yeah,
Like
right.
at a point, yeah, before I went to like college, I was like, I don't know, like, do I want to go to college? I don't know what I want to fucking do. Then I'm looking at like, yo, I could get in fucking sick shape if I go there. Like, I had friends that went to army and shit like that. I mean,
Yeah.
the fucking people. Then like, but it's like I don't know. Like nowadays, it's like back then, like when they went, but there was no really wars. And 9/11 never happened. It was like, it was kind of like a peaceful time, so to
Yeah.
speak. But now it's like it's way different nowadays. Like it's fucking a lot worse. It's a lot worse.
Did you even imagine a world that we need to have fucking militaries? Why? You have to guard your country?
It's a sick realization that we need to have that.
You need to guard your country from invasion because if you're not strong enough, watch out.
People could come and invade you. I mean,
Insane,
yeah,
man. Insane.
it really is fucking insane. But listen, I gotta play you one thing before we leave, and I want to get your thoughts on the George Carlin situation. Just listen to this little brief bit he has, and just listen how like accurate and how like holy shit, like he's so right. Just give me a thumbs up if you hear it pretty good.
My first day is the reason education sucks. It's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying what they want. We know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
How on point is that? He says the owners, the real owners. He's like talking about the politicians, how like it's just like an illusion, and it's just like it really just like it just hit me like it hit me pretty hard, like just thinking about that and all the information we get and how a lot of it's just total fucking bullshit and how almost like we have to go look for the truth in a lot of things. And yeah, it's just like I don't know, man. I think we're all just pretty much imprisoned by this fucking society, man, right now. And it's getting worse. The wealthy are getting wealthy. Even I seen it after 2020 with the whole fucking COVID shit. The rich got richer. And the poor, a lot of people, middle class, just they lost their businesses. There really is no middle class. It's just wealthy and then just normies. And that's like really it. It's
Dude,
fucking sad.
the fact that Joe Biden and Donald Trump are going to be the next, the candidates to fight over again shows you that there's people that are more in power of this whole thing, and they just want to keep us at odds with each other. Because if, say our friends were together, right? Say we had a group of 30 friends, right?
Mhm.
And you were the president one time, and you were the worst president ever. And then I came along, and I was the fucking worst president ever, right? We would never, our 28 other friends wouldn't let us become
That's true.
the fucking option to be the fucking president again.
Like
They'd pick somebody else.
Like you dumbasses are gonna be president again. Like get the
Right.
fuck out of here. It's like, yeah, you're right, man.
Especially if I went to jail.
I know, man. Yeah, we're better off having like fucking hand puppets and shit being fucking the next in line. I can't believe we're gonna have to deal with these fucking two crackers again. It's fucking terrible. Nobody needs this shit. It's just another fucking distraction. Another fucking. But I gotta be honest. Give me Trump because this fucking administration is just fucking garbage.
It was
Give me
more
that.
fun. It was more fun with Trump. Number one, he helped. The economy was way
Yeah.
better. Guys, look at the fucking interest rates. Look at the APRs. Look at fucking everything. Just look at it. Just fucking look at it. Gas is still very expensive, even though you don't realize it because it slowly creeps up. Just everything. But and it was more fun.
Who cares if this pumpkin pie hair cutting freak says some crazy shit every now and then? It's hilarious. You know? Yeah, I'm gonna fucking love the fucking guy. He's fucking nuts. I actually don't love him, but he's just fucking nuts. Like,
You know what's funny?
to me.
All this crazy shit, like all the stuff that the liberals are worried about, like abortion, fucking like gay rights and all that stuff, right? Abortion fucking went federally went illegal, right? Or some shit like that. And then you had to states could overturn it or whatever. Didn't that happen
Some
under the
shit.
Biden fucking regime? If that happened under the Trump regime, they would have fucking nailed him to the cross.
Oh,
But
yeah.
nobody says anything like, "Oh no, you know what? It wasn't Biden's fault."
Yeah, right.
Biden-
Oh, it's not that bad.
Biting my dick. And it's not Biden's fault that the economy's fucking shit. We're falling into a recession here. We're falling into a recession. And because of the high interest rate, the high interest rates are that high. Number one, because they know we're falling into a recession, so they have to force you to fucking pay all this interest that they have to fucking get out of you. It's the same reason why colleges are so fucking high, because they know eventually colleges are going to be obsolete and they're not going to nobody's going to give a fuck about college anymore because it's fucking useless. But they jack the interest rates up so they get more money out of you. And then when the recession happens and the economy falls, more people are absolutely fucked and they have to default on their fucking loans and fucking this, that, and the other thing happens.
Just
Wait.
It's how like we're the fucking idiots that pay taxes. These fucking wealthy fucking nutcases, they don't pay shit. They don't pay taxes. It's ridiculous. We're the suckers that are paying it.
Yeah.
We need a revolution where we're like, hey, we're not gonna fucking pay all this. Like we're paying half my paycheck goes to the fucking government. For
Right.
what? I'm working for you. I'm a slave to you. They give me chump change.
Right.
Fuck you.
What do our taxes take care of exactly? The roads and schools. The roads and schools?
Our schools suck.
Our roads suck.
And the roads suck. I'd rather have kids learning in the roads. You know,
Streets.
fuck the school. Stay in the streets. Fix the potholes while you're out there on the street corner.
You're right.
Fuck, learn a trade. Everybody needs to just go to school, or just go to school like a couple hours a week. Just learn a goddamn trade.
Yeah.
Learn stuff that you're gonna need in life. Like learn how to manage your money. Learn
Right.
how to fucking get a bank account. Learn how to, learn about different, bonds you could buy to fucking get your future. Like learn shit you're gonna need in life. You don't
Yeah.
need to learn this fucking garbage that's in school. Like some of the stuff. Like kids don't need to learn about fucking the Black Lives Matter flag, the rainbow flag, this fucking bullshit, like the sexuality, all this fucking nonsense. Like enough with this. Just take your kids out of fucking school, man. That place is the fucking devil. They're taking all your money, they're ripping you all off, and the kids aren't learning anything. I'm telling you, they're just gonna go to school to get herpes pretty soon. That's all you're gonna get. You're gonna get a diploma and herpes, most likely. That's what you're graduating with. That's where your kids are gonna graduate with. It's an evil
Yeah.
place.
You want to know some crazy shit from the economy and shit like that? I had this like because when I turned 40, my uncles gave me this thing called like what was going on in 1983. Like the median fucking salary was like $29,000. The average household average price of a house was like $82,000 or something like that in 1983.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the average price is now, or I think this average salary also is like I don't know. Oh, this is household. I think it's like 90 grand. So the average fucking salary probably is like $45,000 or something stupid. So it doesn't even probably doubled. But the average house is probably like fucking 450 grand or something stupid like that. Like the houses are bizarre, right?
You want to know why?
But
Because corporations are fucking scooping up houses at an alarming rate. Corporations are buying up houses, keeping these prices so out of whack that you're going to be forced to rent from these corporations that own a lot of these fucking properties all around the United States. Look into that fucking shit. It's fucking bullshit. The corporations are fucking evil, man. I'm telling you.
You know what's crazy? The median home sale price in the United States is $431,000. That was
You're right there on the money. That's pretty close. Yeah, you should be on the prices right.
1983, $75,300.
That's
all right. So that's 75, 150, 300 is 4 times. It's about 6 times the fucking 6 times the price. So let's see if average salary in US in 1983, 24,580.
Oof.
And now 60,000 only. So it doubled, Mike. The salary has doubled, but prices of houses have gone up 6 fucking times.
Enormous. And how can you afford it? And then why are the houses going up like that? Because corporations are scooping it up and you're only going to be forced to rent. You'll never be able to own a fucking house by yourself anymore. That's just the way it is. It's just the fucking way it is.
And you could say, like, oh, it doubled, right? Doubled only went from 30 to 60. Doubling your house, even if it doubled, it would go from 80 to 160. That shit went from 80 to $430,000. So like your $30,000 compared to your 80 was almost, that's like 3/8. You make 3/8 of your household fucking your salary is 3/8 of a fucking house. Now 60,000 into fucking what? Into just say fucking 420,000 because it's easier math. 60,000, it's 1/19th. 1/8. It's 1/8.
1/8. Jesus. That is pretty fucking drastic.
Not only is it drastic, but the it's not fucking, it's not even like
it should be allowed.
Like you know what I mean? You go from 30 to 60. It's not like it's I can't think of the word, right? It's not like dollar for dollar. It's just a massive it's a massive difference, man. It's a fucking massive difference.
Way unbalanced. And it's not right.
Yeah.
And eventually this bubble is gonna have to fucking burst somehow. Something's gotta happen. Something's gotta give. People can't keep continuing like this. I mean, there's people that work at, McDonald's, Burger King, making minimum wage, just trying to live. Like, how do you afford anything? No wonder why they're fucking miserable. You know what I mean? It's tough to get people, happy. Like if you gave me a job at Burger King and you were gonna give me money, give me a nice paycheck where I would be able to afford to like buy a house on my own, working at Burger King. Yo, motherfuckers be flipping burgers saying, hey, have a fucking great day. You want extra ketchup? You know what I mean? You never even get any people asking you if you want ketchup anymore. You have to ask. If like otherwise you're leaving that drive-thru with your fries and your burger with no fucking ketchup. If you don't fucking ask. Back in the day, you get ketchup. Nowadays, hell no, we keep it that shit. Like, what the fuck's that about? Everything's just fucking ass backwards in this fucking world, man. I'm telling you.
It is.
Give me the goddamn ketchup.
Give him the ketchup. It's ass backwards. You're right.
Well, listen, that's it, man. That's a wrap on this podcast. We got to end it. Um, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Come out to dinner.
Yeah.
Don't be a little bitch. If you
Yeah.
learned anything from this podcast, and
Yeah.
don't be a dick.
And always remember, time's wasting. And you know what? If you want to make up for it, text us and say, hey, you guys want to go out to dinner? We'll say yeah. We'll say yeah to you.
Right? Yeah. Why don't you ask us? Why do we gotta ask?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Is this relationship just on us?
Are we friends?
Right? Or are we not friends? Are we just associates?
Are we friends? You know? So
We'll see. We'll see what they are. We'll see if they listen and like and subscribe, and we'll see
Yep.
what happens. But anyway, we out.
we'll win and crush it. Peace.
Peace out. Get some steak.
I'm the cat in the box.